Andoni, I think you'll consider yourself pretty unlucky to have lost that game.
Yeah, unlucky. At the end, it's not just luck, no. That's why they are a big club and they take their chances, no. But it's true that I think it has been a very good game of football, quite leveled. That means that we've been playing very well to level the game against Liverpool. But luckily or unluckily or whatever, they've scored in the 88th, 89th minute and they win the points. But I think we've done a lot of very good things today.
Of course, you had 3 new defenders and a new goalkeeper today at 2-0 down. Unlucky though you were to be 2-0 down, it's some achievement to come back with new players getting used to the league in this stadium against this team. Great effort to come back to 2-2.
No, I was, even with the 1-0 and half-time, I was really happy with the performance in the first half, really happy. At the end, probably it's a game where you cannot concede 4 goals, because it has been quite leveled, and even when we scored the 2-2, I think looked like we were with a little bit more of energy, but it's true that you never know against Liverpool, no, because when they really need, they find an extra energy boost, no, and probably 3rd goal, no. We go both players to the same ball, we leave the ball there. It's true that it's a great finish, but it's a shame because we've been really close.
Antoine obviously scored 2 goals. He scored here before and been on the losing side as well. His 2nd goal in particular was outstanding, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we've had our chances now offensively. Antoine has finished. First goal was more a collective thing. Second is true. Second goal is more a transition. Is also a very good options wide that he decides to take it by himself and scores, and has been performing at his level. I hope he continues like this, no? But probably the part that haven't left us take anything from this game is the defensive side. No, I don't think it's a game to finish with 4 goals against.
I have to ask you before we finish about that incident in the first half where we understand that Antoine was the victim of some racial comments from the crowd. That's horrendous.
Yes, I didn't notice live, but straight away Antoine and the referee told us. I think, to be fair, we have to say that the person has been identified, and obviously it's a big shame. You know, these things continue happening. The first game of the Premier League, everyone watching, it's a lovely game of football, and that we have to talk about these things still today, I think is really a big shame.
Arne, congratulations. We saw, similar to last week really, we saw an awful lot of really good things from your team, and also obviously some not so good things from your team. To go from 2-0 to 2-2, you would have been really frustrated with that.
Yeah, the way the goals fell is you're never happy with if you couldn't see the goal, but I think we also have to give credit to Bournemouth, who were already in the first half a constant threat. We were 1-0 up. I think they were not so happy with that half-time score maybe. Then we started off really well second half, being 2-0 up, but we play against a team that never gives up. Very fit. Last season they were top of every chart when it comes to running stats, and again they were very impressive in that sense today, the way they counter-attacked us with the 2nd goal they scored, for example. Yeah, that shows you that you have to give credit to them as well. But they face a team that's really fit as well, last season but this season again. And although we've lost many players, the mentality to come back after a disappointment is still there, also with the new ones.
And obviously it's a great moment for Chiesa, who's had to be patient for minutes at the football club, and you know, probably hasn't done as much for Liverpool as he would have liked, but that's a great moment for him.
Yeah, fantastic. Came in the end because we needed a goal. Missed the Asian tour, missed a large part of pre-season, as a few others. McAllister the same, Joe Gomez the same. But for him then to score in such a moment a goal is special, and it's even more special because the fans have supported him last season, but today again. And I think it's nice that he gives them something in return with a great goal.
To win 4-2 is a great start to the season. It feels like there might be a few games like this. I mean, would you like to win? Are you happy winning, scoring lots of goals, or do you like a nice 1-0 that's just you know, keep a clean sheet and keep it steady?
No, we like to win. That's the first thing. But I think we also play football, especially here at Anfield, for the fans to enjoy what they see. And therefore you need two teams and you need a good referee. I think the referee today kept the game going. It was a very high and intense game. So all three attributed to a very nice game. And that's what you get, especially in the Premier League this season, where there is so much quality. But like I said, both teams were just at it, trying to attack, trying to go for transition, and not time wasting or whatever things that sometimes happen in a football match as well. So, yeah, like I said, all three parties attributed to a great game.
I must ask you finally about that incident in the first half with Semenyo. I know it's not great, and the club's made a statement, but nobody needs that.
No, not great. I don't think that's the right word. It's much worse than that. But the club made a clear statement. It's obvious that we don't want this in football, that there's nothing we can say that how we feel about this, and we don't want this in football, but we definitely don't want this at Anfield. And unfortunately, that's now part of the story, because for the rest we should talk about how a great tribute there was for Diogo, what our fans did for him, for his family, with the great banner and the way they sung "You Never Walk Alone," all of these things. But let's be clear, the club had a clear statement, and this should never happen in football, let alone at Anfield.